Hello students, how are you? Welcome to a new video about books, about reading. You know how much I love reading, and I'll always be very happy to recommend books here. As today we're talking about a book I've read in English, the video is going to be in English. We're going to talk about The Hate You Give. So first, general information about the book. The Hate You Give is a book written by Angie Thomas. Angie was born in Mississippi. She has lived all her life there. And interestingly enough, The Hate You Give is her first novel. It was released in 2017 and it is critically acclaimed. If you look for The Hate You Give on the internet, you'll find so many people talking very good things about it. It was a book that by the time it was released, people, the world, especially the US, was living something historically important, which was the movement, the Black Lives Matter movement. So The Hate You Give came to bring the topic and to make the movement even more clear to young adults and teens. So let's start by giving you how the story starts. So the 16-year-old Star Carter, who is the main character of the book, she has a friend, a childhood friend, who she meets at a party, and he decides to give her a ride. While they are on their way, a police car arrives, and the police ask them to pull over. They start. By the way, I forgot to mention something before. Before the police arrived, they were talking, and Star realizes that Khalil, who is this friend of her, she starts realizing that he is involved in drug dealing. All right, this is important for the rest of the story. Then, when the police ask them to pull over, they start asking them questions, and everything is okay with the car. They have no problem. They look for Khalil's name in their database or something, and there's nothing wrong. But then Khalil decides to check on Star, to check if everything was okay with her inside the car. When he opens the car door, the police shot him and kills him. So Star sees her friend dying in front of her with no reason at all. He didn't do anything to be killed by that police officer. All right, so then Star doesn't know the name of that police officer. She starts calling him 115, which was the number she saw his identification. And an investigation is open to discover what really happened that night. But of course, we're talking about a black girl who saw the killing of a black guy and who was a drug dealer. So of course, there are many things that when you read the book, you'll see that many things are not considered, that should be, like how unfair this police officer treated Khalil and so on. Well, I'm not going to give you spoilers, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of what the book brings after that. So it shows how Star faces all these difficulties in her life after this tragedy she faces. So she has a boyfriend, a white boyfriend, and the fact that he is white is something interesting that, of course, the author made it on purpose. She feels that Chris, who is her boyfriend, her white boyfriend, will never understand what it is to be a black person in the USA. And well, there's a very strong thing that Star says in the middle of the story. I took notes here just so I wouldn't forget to mention it. She says that when she was 12, her father and her mother, her parents, gave her sex education. So they talked about sex, they explained her important things about sex. But they also, because she is white, she is black, they also taught her what to do if stopped by the police. And then she says that this is something that white kids don't have when they have their sex education. They only have the sex education day or moment. Now black kids, they need to have these 2 lessons by their parents. So while many things happen at Star schools, she studies at a private school. She doesn't study at the public school where that is in the neighborhood she lives. So she lives her everyday life is with people who are, most of them, white, and who don't face the problems of a neighborhood of black people. But in the end of the day, she goes to a neighborhood where most people are black and know what this movement and this moment of waiting for the police officer to face charges, what they feel about that. So this shock is really interesting. And well, during the book, the investigation is happening, and by the end of the book, you will discover what happened to the police officer. I'm not going to give spoilers. You should read the book to find out all these things that happened during the story, and also what happens in the end. However, to finish, I'm going to leave here the link of a very interesting review from The Guardian. But I'm going to read the end, actually, the last paragraph of it, because it's really what I feel about this story. It's a stark reminder that instead of seeking enemies at its international airports, America should open its eyes and look within if it's really serious about keeping all its citizens safe. So, should they only worry about terrorism terrorism coming from Arabic countries? Is that really the only threat that their citizens have to be kept safe? Well, that's it. I hope you read this amazing book. I've read it on Kindle. For Brazilian people, I'm going to leave the version in Portuguese here too. And as I always say, if you buy the book using my link from Amazon, you help me keep the channel. You help me with this work that I do here on YouTube. Okay, so if you decide to bring the book, to buy the book, please use my links that I'm going to leave here. Okay, I hope you read the book, I hope you enjoy the book, and I hope this discussion the book brings helps you think about this situation. Okay, see you, thank you for watching, and see you next time.